Whether to drill for the oil in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, also known as anwr, has been an ongoing political controversy in the United States since 1977. The issue has been used by both Democrats and Republicans as a political device, especially through continuous election cycles, and has been the subject of much debate in the national media. The exact topic of anwr, the exact anwr comprises of 19,800,000 acres of the North Alaskan coast. The land is situated between the Beaufort Sea to the North Brooks Range to the south and Prudhoe Bay to the west. It is the largest protected wilderness in the United States and was created by Congress under the Alaskan National Interest Lands Conservation Act of 1980. According to the energyandcapital.com, drilling for oil in anwr is so important that in 2001 the U.S. dependence on foreign oil rose after the Arab oil embargo of 1973 from approximately 35% to more than 52% in the prior year. The U.S. Energy Information Administration, which is the EIA, predicts that the figure will increase to 64% by the year 2020 if domestic supplies do not increase. According to usnews.com, the first major reason why we need to drill for oil in anwr is because we need to lessen our dependence on foreign oil, especially in the Middle East. The wildlife refuge could be disturbed by humans, with animals' lives possibly endangered in the process. I do believe that Governor Sarah Palin says it best in the Hillsdale College Imprimis that Alaska could not and should be doing much more in the area of energy resources, such as crude oil and liquefied natural gas. Many Alaskans have had to make choices to either heat their homes or put food on their tables due to high prices of oil. She encouraged Alaskans to lift the development bans that were keeping them from their own resource independence, namely the bans relating to the anwr and offshore drilling. By drilling in anwr, the United States would get the proceeds that could dramatically lower the price of oil, leading to another economic boom. This could easily be done without disrupting the refuge or damaging the environment. Drilling in anwr will not threaten the natural preserve and will increase U.S. energy independence. The studies by the U.S. Geological Survey estimate that drilling in anwr could yield up to 16 barrels of oil, an amount roughly equal to 10 years of oil imports from Saudi Arabia. Resources such as this would increase the nation's energy security as well. MSNBC has said that if this happens, anwr oil would come on stream in 2013 and peak at about 876,000 barrels per day in 2024. They say that there's no way drilling for oil in anwr is going to head off the oil crunch of the next decade. This could dramatically help the economy and people of Alaska by drilling, and land development would create hundreds and thousands of jobs. FoxNews.com has said that drilling for oil in anwr will not hurt any animals of Alaska. Besides, during the winter, the temperatures are below freezing and it's mostly tundra. According to anwr.org, the current Alaska Senator Lisa Murkowski and Ted Stevens had introduced legislation, the American Independence and Security Act of 2008, that is open to the Area 10-02 of anwr to oil and gas leasing due to the high prices of oil. This bill says that if the price per barrel reaches $125, they will open this section and lease it out for 5 days or more. This is something that could possibly help us Americans out without rising the price of gas. Once again, Governor Sarah Palin says it best when she says that we must open anwr and lift the ban on offshore drilling. The science of technology to harvest our resources responsibly and safely are in hand. The time for congressional action and leadership is now. This whole debate over drilling in Section 1002 of ANWR is not about destroying one of America's national treasures. The magnificent mountains, beautiful lakes, and precious wildlife will not be disturbed, nor is it about enriching oil companies. Irresponsible federal policies and indifference by policymakers to the growing domestic shortages of oil, not in the actions of the oil companies, have made the United States more than 50% dependent on foreign oil resources subject to price volatility. At issue is whether